It's your boy Indian Gooner in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, today's video is really special because I am definitely going to talk about Arsenal versus Eintracht Frankfurt, the Europa League contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal are going to face the first Europa League game, and it is against Eintracht Frankfurt, the last year's semi-finalist who lost against Chelsea. Well, this time around, I think Eintracht and Arsenal, it's not going to be that much of a fiery contest, but it is Arsenal's match again to lose. While talking about it, I think in the respective leagues, Arsenal is 7th in the Premier League, and in the Bundesliga, Eintracht, after their 4 games, are 9th in the respective league. More on that and everything. So, without any further ado, let's move on with the video. But first, let me tell you guys, if you still haven't subscribed and been a part of this channel, go and be a part of this community by subscribing and hitting the bell icon. You get notifications daily because we post daily Arsenal stuff. All more than that, I think we provide you all the daily Arsenal news as well. So everything, if you're an Arsenal fan, you've got a benefit each and every day. Not only that, we come up with previews, post-match, everything about all the Gooner stuff. So make sure you subscribe and be a part of this channel. Also, if you are a part of this channel, if you still haven't voted for the roast of the week, go to the community tab section and you can vote for your roast of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Without any further ado, let's move on with the video. The first thing that I'd really like to say, Arsenal in their 5 games, won 2, lost 1 and drawn 2. Eintracht have played for won 2 and lost 2. The problem is they've lost 2 games, yes, but both of the games that they've lost has been an away game for them. So at home at Commerzbank Arena, ladies and gentlemen, they have a 100% record this season. They've won both the games. So the problem with Eintracht is they have lost Luka Jovic and Ante Rebic. The problem is creativity. Frankfurt are missing their creativity and most importantly their pinpoint finishing, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is that they're coming in the goals. They've come up with goals even against RB Leipzig. They came up with a very late goal from Paciencia. So the important players to look out for Arsenal is that Paciencia, Da Costa and Sebastian Broda. I mean, these guys are really strong in terms of that Frankfurt attack is concerned. But the problem is Arsenal, on paper we can beat any team in the Europa League competition. We can beat anyone, even in the Champions League. I'm sorry, I think I went too far, but let's just be in the Europa League because that's our league from the past 3 years. So Arsenal on paper can beat any team, at least in the group stages for now, but it turns out that everything is definitely only on paper for Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. In reality, on the ground, it's a total different story. Our defense came to haunt us in the last 2 games that we played in the Premier League. It can definitely come to haunt us in the Europa League as well if we don't get that structure, if we don't get the basics right. Well, the biggest problem is for Arsenal is not only the defense but the midfield as well. The problem, I think the difference between from last season and this season is Arsenal and Unai Emery are deploying different systems. Every game, almost every game, we're coming up with some different tactics. It is because I think he's planning for a different opponent, maybe, but I think Arsenal or Unai Emery should plan differently for Europa League. I think he should go back to his 3-4-2-1. There are 2 different systems that he can deploy in the game against Frankfurt. I believe it should be 3-4-2-1, last season's back 3 formula. See, it could fail, I know, but everything is failing. So why not stick to your older formation, because it gives you more depth in attack. Why? See, you got to make sure that you utilize Sead Kolasinac. If you keep him for defense, if you don't let him go forward, I really don't think so that we have a chance of scoring more goals in the first half. We don't. So the best way to seal the deal is make sure you boss the first half. Boss in the sense you've got the possession, your possession type of attacking football. Try getting in more shots. Just how Watford did against us in the second half last game. Make sure that we do that to our opponents. Okay, we should learn from something from this game. Having a back 3 line, I think I expect Arsenal and Unai Emery to field a very different kind of an defensive reinforcement. I would see, I don't want to, but I would see Mustafi there. Yeah, I would see Mustafi, probably a Rob Holding because he's ready, as per the news. But if he doesn't want to hurry it out, okay, no problem. Don't put Rob Holding there. But I would like to see Chambers, Mustafi, and David Luiz there. I would want a back three like that, and I would also look out for the wing backs Ainsley and definitely Sead Kolasinac because we've got no options. And in the midfield, I really want to see Torreira and Willock. Torreira and Willock, a different midfield. I want to see Torreira to start regularly for Arsenal again. Make sure that you bring in the tactics from the last season and make sure you make Torreira effective right from the get-go because he needs to start. Okay, after going with a four in the midfield, two up front, ladies and gentlemen, it should be Pepe and Reece Nelson, or you can put Pepe and Mesut Ozil and the lone striker Aubameyang. The only reason why I want Aubameyang to be there because he's quite lethal. Or you could even put Bukayo Saka there. I don't mind, but it would really be overconfident. It could be overconfidence if you don't play your best striker in this game because it's a very important game, because I expect Eintracht to be more competitive than Standard Liège or Vitoria in the group stages. So I think to start with a victory is always great in the group stages. So I think I expect Aubameyang to start this game. If Unai Emery says, no, this is a new season, I've got some different type of players, let's go back to that 4-3-3 that we started with. If you want to go with the 4-3-3, there's no problem with that, but you have to deploy your best 11. 4-3-3, you want your best players to be there. Yeah, so if it's a 4-3-3, I want Chambers and Socrates to start. Fullbacks, we know that what's going to happen. We have Sead and Ainsley, and in the midfield, the midfield, I would want Guendouzi, I would want Willock and Torreira to start, and the front three, Pepe, Aubameyang, and Reece Nelson. That's exactly what I want, but I think he would make sure that Mesut Ozil starts, and definitely in that 4-3-3 formation, Torreira defensively or Dani Ceballos, these two should also start. So I believe either it could be a Willock or Dani Ceballos kind of a situation that should be coming. Your best 11 should be deployed when it's a 4-3-3 situation. Why? 4-3-3 is quite an intense system, because when you bring a 4-3-3, you have to be attacking, you have to be high pressing, and you have to make sure that your best central defensive midfielders are playing. I don't see a Xhaka there, and I don't want to see a Guendouzi there. I really don't, because I believe others are working much harder and they should deserve a chance. I think Torreira should start this game no matter what. I could see Ozil, no problem, but Torreira should start this game no matter what. So that is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Arsenal to win this game 2-1 or 3-1. I expect a victory for Arsenal, an easy peasy victory, yes, but I think Arsenal need to bring in the mentality and they need to answer the critics by at least winning this game. You have to start that winning run from the last season. You have to have a winning start this season as well. You have to start. Unai Emery should bring in. I think it's a strong request from an Arsenal fan like me to bring in his previous system of last year. The only reason why I would want to do that, because Eintracht don't have the finishing that they can have certain creativities, but obviously they've been seeing the games. The previous two games, they might have seen what happens on a counter attack. If they are good or not, I have to look out for that. But there could be two different problems for Arsenal. I think Eintracht could plan for a counter-attacking football or a high-pressing one. Both work well against Arsenal because defensively we are shambles. And if we have a new problem developing where we do not trust the system and we just fall out, I think that would be the worst thing to see. So right now, I think those are the two ways that Eintracht can gain confidence against Arsenal. But I would want Arsenal to make sure that they go back to their previous year's formation. Deploy Mustafi, I don't care, because it's already. I believe it is going to happen. I don't want Mustafi there, so I would suggest Socrates and Luiz again playing, or I would even want Rob to partner with Chambers, and on the other side you have David Luiz. So I think I don't have any problem in that as well. So this was everything. I think I would expect Arsenal to win it, and obviously I'll be cheering my boys. So if you guys felt this video was really good, hit that like button, share it with your Arsenal friends, and also make sure, if you still haven't, subscribe the channel and be a part of this community. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers. And also don't forget that tomorrow's video is going to be really ecstatic, because tomorrow's day's video we are going to analyze why Nicolas Pepe is not working at Arsenal. How can we make sure that Nicolas Pepe can be much of a better asset to Arsenal, and why exactly everything has not been good with Nicolas Pepe starting for Arsenal. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.